A new pharaoh, Den, has taken the throne of Egypt. Pharaoh is deeply concerned as enemies have begun to threaten our borders, and our nation lacks adequate supplies of valuable copper, needed to create weapons with which to equip our troops. Pharaoh Den has ordered a mining expedition into the unforgiving land of Sinai, beyond our borders and deep within Bedouin territory. The area known as Timna is rich in gold and copper ore, as well as precious turquoise gemstones, but it is otherwise barren. Conditions there will be harsh, and you'll need to import many amenities, perhaps even additional food and fine linen from Egypt. Pharaoh will demand frequent shipments from Sinai and will ask you for money, copper, gemstones, and weapons. You can use any surplus of these items to help support the expedition. Be always on your guard, for the Bedouin of the Sinai Desert are formidable adversaries, and they will not willingly allow foreigners to occupy their land, let alone plunder their mineral wealth. To lighten the burden that such living conditions impose on your city's people, build a pavilion at some busy intersection. Citizens can relax at the pavilion's juggling and music stages, and if you also build a dance school, this new type of performance will provide great entertainment.
And here we go. Welcome to Timna. This is the first military mission of the game. Not a hard one as to be expected for the first one, but definitely a lot of fun. Let's jump into the city now. Okay, soldiers and forts. So that's easy enough. You need a fort, which is a big expensive monstrosity, which will house the troops down here, and you require a recruiter, which needs labour access. So forts you can build out in the middle of nowhere if required. They actually need road access here, but recruiters need access to people, and they will train them up gradually. We will need weapons to produce these guys here, but you can make archers just out of thin air there. I suppose their weapons are just created on site out of whatever materials they've got available. So let's slow down and have ourselves a look around. We've got 6,000 Debans here. We've got these little traces of gold or copper or something. Let's have a look what it is. It is both gold and copper. Very interesting. So we've got traces of minerals up here and a little bit over there, although that's probably difficult to get to. Let me think. What do we got over here? Not a lot. Fair bit of open building space, but not... Oh, okay, there you go. Look at that. That's what we want to tap. And now you see it is a fair distance from where the gold would be. If we do mine gold, down to where we could possibly place a village palace. That is the furthest north we can place it. We do require... That's not that bad actually. It's not super close, but it's good enough. Considering gold mines are so slow. Now the interesting thing here is trade. That's Timna. We're over here in Sinai. I believe that's near Jordan or something in the modern day. I'm not quite up to date on the borders in that region of the world. Now they will buy copper. If you have a quick look at the prices of copper, you will actually see that it's 185 per item. Now there's a limit to how much you can sell per year, but one shipload or one cartload of gold is only 100 Debans. So it's actually more valuable to mine and export copper. And copper has more utility because you can turn it into weapons and do other things with it. So I think I'm going to put most of these to be copper. The limit, of course, with copper is there's only so much you can export. And oh, look at that, it's our mastodon on the world map. So there's only so much copper you can export. Let's have a look who will buy it. Only that one person, and they will only buy... Oh, they'll actually buy 3. I believe that is quite a lot of copper. That is interesting. So that's what we're going to focus on first, is the copper. Now the food, of course, is all the way down here. Let me think about that one. We're going to need... So the alternative, of course, would be to... Let's throw copper mines here. We can't get to the middle of it because of the sand dunes. We can get probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably get 5 here. I may be able to get 3 attached to this node if I finagle it around a little bit, but it's looking like I can get 5 total. So that... You can't really go that far out, no. So the other option, of course, would be just to build the city here and not bother. Sort of ignore this area over there. But that really is where all the mineral wealth is, so I may have to build a satellite city. They're not going to have any food, and I don't like doing that if at all possible. So we will see what we can do. We will see. And welcome back. I have unfortunately gone for a rather conservative build here. I built over near the food, and it's a lot more open area. I did seriously consider, and I actually restarted 2 or 3 times after spending my money, just trying to get it to fit in here. And unfortunately, it's not really, with the whole education thing, I've just been struggling a little bit to fit it in here. So I was trying to basically even having a granary sit here with a tiny little amount of people, and then having a getting granary over here to just pull it over. But it didn't really work. It wasn't quite the building space, so we are going to do a little satellite village here. I will probably later on set up a getting granary, and I will try to feed these people over here, so they won't be entirely done, but this will be the bulk of our city over on the western side. Where we could do all the industry down here as well, so it's pretty much how it's going to be. But while people are moving in, let's consider thinking about how we're going to set this up as well. I'm going to need... Let's think about this. If I get the village palace right there, I'm going to need to build a road up this way. And then I'm going to need the copper. We got 3,000 monies, dollars, debons. That's 800 to open it, so we may as well open it immediately. And we will export all copper. Export it. If we've got copper there and you're there to buy it, take it away. My weapon factories can... Yep, my weapon recruiters, weaponsmiths can queue up for it as required. So we're going to need copper mines. Where can we fit you guys in? We've got... Let's go 1 there. 2, 3, 4... 5, and I could probably do another one there. For the time being, I actually think 5 will be sufficient. I just thought about setting a gold mine up. Unfortunately, I've already built them. But I could put some gold mines up there. They got further to travel. I should have put the copper ones up here and the gold ones down there. Unfortunately, I don't have the cash to just rebuild willy-nilly here. So, what we're going to do instead is work with what we've got. And I may do that later if money turns out to be not too much of an issue in this mission. So that's how we're going to do that. These guys are probably going to collapse quick smart. So I really do need to get a bunch of people in here really quickly. And we're going to get you a water supply. Probably should have laid you down earlier, because I suspect all the immigrants are going to go here first. Doesn't matter. I will learn. We will get better at this as the time goes on. I'm going to put my firehouse and architect's post up here because these are very prone to collapse, and surprisingly, even though they're dug out of stone, they can also catch fire, and then they can wander down that way as required. And I'm going to put up, actually I'm not going to put up the other thing just yet. I'm going to put the storage yard instead. I'm going to put you just there, centrally located, and you can only accept copper for the time being. So let's get time ticking on. I'll be back when things are beginning to be all set up. Well, there we go. Fire in the city. We didn't get people moving in here quick enough. I'm actually going to leave it because it looks like there's a guy nearly there. See if he can put it out before it spreads. He did manage to, so I did save myself some cash that way. And unfortunately, half of our mines have collapsed. The engineer went, I suppose he went this way first, which is a bummer because we were very, very close to getting it. I will not actually put gold mines in here though, because I think copper is more valuable to us. A little bit more expensive though. Would have preferred not to have had to rebuild those, but trade should be coming in shortly. Here he is. He is... Nope, he came on the map before the copper was there. But the next guy will come back and buy it all. Hopefully I can get the cash I need. So we are beginning to feed these people up. They do need more desirability, but I can work on that in time. I'd probably like to throw a tax collector down at some point, although probably not really worth the time and effort that early on. Okay, we need 500 bits of copper. I unfortunately am going to have to give that to you. You can buy 300. There we go. Yeah, it's a fair bit of money to come in. It would have been nicer to have had more, but we work with what we've got. And I can actually come up this way and throw a couple more down. So, copper mine. Where can I put you? I can put you there. and there. So let's do that. Let's throw in 2 more copper mines. We can bring the road up this way. And hopefully the engineer should cover all of that. I suspect they will. It's not that long. Okay, the cash is rolling in, and now I don't like these people to be sitting here in a tiny, crappy little thing. So first of all, we're going to build a... Let's build a village palace over here to make the area look a little bit nicer. Fair bit of unemployment, which is decent. We can work with that. Let's have a look, and Set is displeased. So we're going to throw down a temple to him right there and beautify the area as well as making these guys live a pretty bearable life. Now granary, we're going to throw a granary over here. And I'm going to set you to getting game meat. And you're only going to get up to a quarter. We're not going to need that much food. But when that's stocked up with a little bit of food, I can then feed these guys and level them up as required. Now he should, when he gets staff, because there's no road connection, he should go in a direct line. Well, he's trying. Why is it not working? Maybe I do need to connect it. I always thought that... Well, that is odd. Let's try this. Let's run ourselves a little connection over this way. Now I'm going to have to block it off with roadblocks. And there we go. He is running that way. There we go. Okay, so he's going to run off that way. And he will, though, go and get some food. Hopefully. We're actually not bringing in that much food. Maybe I'll need to import some. Oh, the palace has been robbed. That is a concern. How much money have we lost? Probably quite a lot. Let's throw down a police station just to secure the palace. I suspect unemployment is a large part of that. So what we could do is throw down some gem mines. We actually have some gemstone mines. And probably put them just there. I suspect Pharaoh is going to ask us for something in the future. So what we can do is, yep, out of money, that's fine. We will sell off this copper briefly. What I will do is throw down a storage yard. There we go, a hell of a lot more cash. And what you can do is you can hold gems by half, just as we need them. No, let's go 3/4 of gems. And we're also going to start making weapons. We're going to go up to 1/4 worth of weapons. Let's throw in a recruiter down here. That's probably going to piss off those people, but doesn't matter. Actually, let's throw them further down. Throw the recruiter down here. Uses a lot of money, but that's fine. And we'll throw some weaponsmiths up here. There we go. Now they will eat up a fair bit of our copper, which is our major income source, but I think we'll manage. Yep, okay, and throw a bazaar down, and these guys can actually start being fed. And here we go, 1,000 people call our city home, and we have ourselves a little bit of a developing area over here. Too little entertainment, but you know what, I'm not going to give them everything. This is the industrial heartland over here. So these guys can work it up. They have a fairly beautiful area, considering. These guys down here, though, are going to be needing entertainment shortly. So why don't we do that and give that to them? Might as well use this road now that we've got it. We will throw down... Let's throw a roadblock. Let's throw you there. I don't want you going too far that way. And we can throw down an architect's post as well. Now what we can do up here is actually throw in the entertainment stuff. We've got the pavilion. We've got the bandstand. All we need is a... How are we going to fit them in here? Let's go dance school, conservatory, and juggler school. Now I know these are not necessarily the nicest things to sit next to, but hopefully the gardens here will shield them a little bit, and they will bump up these here. We are running low on food though. That is the major problem here. Really just not enough food. So I've thought about importing some. The problem is you can't import directly to... Actually, maybe there isn't a problem. You sell us pottery and beer and clay as well, so we can make pottery if required. You sell game meat. I think that's actually what we're going to do. We're going to keep the one type of food for the time being, just to keep things a little bit simplified. Now we will import, what I want to do is maintain one granary filled. Now wherever that's stored is fine, but we will try to maintain one filled granary. I'm going to put this over, I'm actually going to put you right there. You're only going to accept game meat. Now hopefully they'll come in, they'll sell off the game meat, and we can live ourselves a high life with enough food to keep us going. Chickpeas would give us more health overall, but don't really require it, and having the two food types may get tricky with this getting warehouse over here, since we really don't have enough food just yet. There we go. That should keep us going. Now I believe the bazaar lady can actually come and take directly from that. Or perhaps not. You know what, it might be a better idea? Will be to get. You get up to half the granary at least. There we go. There you go, that's good. So we've got the storage here, and they will just get it as required, but there's also storage available, so this warehouse can go over and grab it. I think that is how we're going to do it overall. Probably would have been better off to put this centrally located, but we're pretty happy with where we are. Now we have the weapons, and using this road again, I would like to put the infantry just here to keep it all nice and... they require gems, and we do not have gems in storage. That is a shame. It is a crying shame. No doubt though we will get enough gems shortly, so we'll just keep waiting a bit longer. Where else would I like to put a fort? I could put it there, and I don't think it will impact on those people. So we'll throw another fort of infantry right there. Look at that, they do fit just perfectly. Hopefully that won't negatively affect them. No, they just need pottery. That's fine, I can deal with that. Entertainment is looking like it's going well. Okay, here we go. We have ourselves that Bedouin army coming. It will reach us in 1 year. That should hopefully be enough time to pump up our infantry forces. We have enough gems as well. Let's send those off and continue stockpiling them. And we're going to throw a tax collector down just to collect whatever meagre amount of taxes I can from these houses. I suspect that okay, they require Debons. We can give you that because we have a sufficient amount. Now this is supposed to be because we're mining gold. Again though, we can convert copper into gold through trade very easily. So I always think copper is generally the better option to go for, especially when you've got limited space. It really is the most useful thing. And we actually got a fair bit of unemployment. Now that is the problem with these non-monument missions. We have no work camps to absorb them. I actually don't know what the most effective way around this is. Okay, you're resentful. Let's not have you kill all our troops. Let's instead throw down 2 temples just to soak up the workers, and also throw down a new trade route, and also throw down a couple of shrines. What I'll do is I'll throw 4 there just because they look nice, but I'll throw a couple over here in the military area because this is, I suppose, where Set is most likely to, I suppose, have an influence, take over. So there, 2's enough, I think. It'll be sufficient for now. Actually, can I fit one just up there, make it look nice? Up near the weapon shops. There we go, beautiful, beautiful. And here we go, Mennefer is our new trade route, and they will actually buy weapons from us, so we can convert our copper into even more money. So nope, there we go. Nope, wrong one. Yeah, here. So they'll only buy 4,000 of our copper a year, so 40 units of it. But what we can do is convert another, 15 or so units into weapons and get a higher amount of money. We can also sell off our gems if desired, but we're not really producing much just yet. So we might need them for requests. So yeah, let's open you up and we'll sell off our weapons. Let's export any weapons when we've got over, say, 2. I'd like to leave just a couple there if we take any losses in combat. Beautiful. We can get some jars of chickpeas because of our reputation going up so much. Let's accept it, and it'll throw it through all of our storage yards. Actually put it up there, which is good because the food will keep those guys going for a long time. Now, I was in the process of working in a festival square just over here because I do like them, as I've said in the previous episode. Hopefully I can get that there without jumbling up too much of our, what they call them, our workers, our engineers and firehouse people. We can get that looking nice. We can actually make people very happy. Use our spare money here, throw a lavish festival. Now we do need to cut the unemployment rate down quite substantially. It's a bit of an unfortunate thing in this game. It's not really well balanced for these missions. They ask you to get a very high population, but you really don't need the population for the amount of work they're asking you to do. So what can I do? Let's have a look what we can do. Men of Fair will buy... They'll buy gems, so we may be able to set up a gem mining area here. Bricks we can't make. Beer, I suppose we could make beer by... No one will sell us barley. Okay, looks like gems are what we're going to have to do. And what I'm going to do here is form a little gem mining community up north here. So we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to throw down, let's say, let's look at where we can do this. We'll need gemstone mines can go all along here. So, 1, 2... I suspect this is where our little gemstone mining community is going to be. We will try and get food up to them as well. I will work on getting that done quick smart, so we can have them looking good. A bit of an overkill, but it will absorb a lot of workers because this will not provide enough workers that we're actually using to sustain it. So we'll be getting employment from these guys down here. So let's throw in our... We'll need water as well. I'll bring that road down first. There we go. Water supply. And actually I just realised we don't have a physician over here. That is probably going to be important. You'll notice I haven't built an apothecary on this map. I don't know if I mentioned it at the beginning of the episode or not, but there are no reeds. So if the apothecary... so far there's been no plague, but if that does not happen, I can be fairly certain that my reed theory is actually correct. Physician though you will always require. Although I suppose I got lucky over here so far, perhaps because they're so well fed and healthy. Anyway, let's throw down these gemstone mines and absorb some of this population that's not doing any work here. Let's just throw you there. There you go, that should be more than sufficient. And I think I can actually get another architect's post in there. Architect's post, firehouse, you can go right there. And we'll throw down a storage yard for all the gems that we can produce right here. There we go. And just to make it look good, throw in a shrine to set there. Okay, now we'll wait for these people to come in. We should be exporting all the gems we need once our immigration... Okay, people are leaving. That's not good. That is not a good thing. But the lavish festival, okay, that should help a little bit. I didn't even realise they were leaving, which means these are all going to burn down.
I can't find a job here. I will look
It works here, and they can't even tap the job because there's no houses there. That's definitely something I dislike about this game, is actually needing to pass by houses to count as working. There's all these people available for work. They will travel up once they pass by one house. So let's hope this stabilises up soon. No immigration just yet. More and more people are leaving. What is our unemployment rate? 23%. How about why don't I just get some potters? I'll throw a bunch of potters down now just to absorb some of it. It's a waste of money, but you guys really only have one job, and that is to stop the immigrants, so that we can then get more immigrants up here and do it properly. Do it the legitimate way. Okay, Bedouin army coming in 1 month. I have no idea where they're coming from. Let's just keep this rolling. I won't actually unpause it, or no, I won't actually make a save. We'll see if we can fend them off or not. Okay, they're right here. Look at that. It's almost like I knew it was happening. I didn't, but, you know, I played this a fair few times. I'm sure I can figure it out. Probably subconsciously. Oh, there we go. Too few employees. That's brilliant. Now they'll start coming back in. Where are the Bedouins? Maybe they're over here. Nope. Well, I can't see where they are. Is that them over there? I can't quite see. Honestly, I have no idea where they are. Oh, there they are, right in front of me. Collapsed building. Yeah, there we go. That's all this money done because there's no immigrants there. What an absolute phenomenal waste. Okay, let's win this battle. You guys, take them out. You guys may as well come over here as well and attack. Collapsed building. Yep, nothing I can do there. Very unfortunate. Enemies pollute our soil. That's fine. Okay, done. Beautiful. You guys can go back to your base. And we've done that now. What we're actually going to do is get people to come up here. Now they're taking 9 months. Okay. Are people immigrating yet? We've got... How many jobs have we got? We've got loads of jobs. So why are high taxes? Ah, this game can be annoying sometimes. Okay, this is not working out as well as I would have hoped for. What we can instead do, up the wages. And I think we're going to need to make sure city people are upset. Yeah, okay. Taxes are going to have to go down. Where do taxes come from? Over here. Let's put you down to 5. There you go. And people will come into the city now. In fact, you know what? I'm not actually making any money from taxes at all. Or hardly any. 263 or 36, whatever that said. That's not much. Oh, this game. Sometimes you get these death spirals. This was a perfectly functioning city. This was all set up here to absorb all the unemployment. And then because people aren't coming in, it's the game mechanics stuffing things up a little bit. Doesn't matter. Let's have another festival and just celebrate how everything is going to shit here. This game. While we're here, let's just ensure that infrastructure is always taken care of. We never ever want our fire things to run out. Got the fire, that's fine. This can all burn to the ground, really, for all I care. I'm just waiting for immigrants to come back in. And for some reason, they're still not coming in. Why are they not? People are indifferent to us. So city mood is getting better. I suppose I probably could have seen this coming. I was a little bit slow to act on it. Mainly because I'm recording this game. People are finally immigrating to the city. If they start going up here, we can actually get things under control. This game sometimes. Okay, there we go. We have them up here. Now let's... Okay. Now, as I was saying, let's try and get everything under control here. You're going to have to go... I think you went like that. What else is missing? That temple's gone down. Okay, now let's absorb all of this. Brilliant. All of this unemployment. Now, I suspect we're going to be attacked very quickly. But what we can do is just get gemstone mines set up. Here we need more workers. They're coming. I don't doubt it. Throw a physician in here. And a storage yard to hold the gems. And there we go. The city is all nicely rebuilt. People are re-immigrating or immigrating back. Unemployment is still probably negative. That's no real concern. I'm not massively bothered by it. I no doubt it will jump up very quickly in the near future. 1 month, we've got another attack coming. And these are all working beautifully. They should absorb at least some of our unemployment for now. Food is actually coming up for these guys, so what I'm going to do is, I've got the bazaar already set up, so I should just have them slow down. Okay, that's those guys up there. Excuse me. You actually can just go like that, and they can't come through rocks, so we're pretty pretty much set. They're not going to get through us. Let's have a quick look. It's actually a fairly decent sized army for an early mission. But we've got so much time to prepare for them that it doesn't really matter. And there we go. I think we hardly lost anyone. You guys are fairly skilled as well. You're actually leveling up quite nicely. And I've set up a little bit of a pottery industry just here, absorb a little bit more unemployment, and also start leveling these guys up to the next level. We will need, I believe, 2,000 population to get this mission completed. Everything else is, let's have a quick look. Everything else is going very nicely. Kingdom rating will come with time as we fulfill more requests, and no doubt we will get there shortly. And okay, a Bedouin army is upon us. It's lucky that I put this fort over here where I did. They will hopefully buy us a little bit of time to get our main army over there to protect our gemstone mines. There we go. So I've put in a, while they're marching over, I've put in a infantry fort here and a little archer fort here because they did fit in quite nicely, as well as beautifying this area up to offset that there. I don't expect them to do any damage here because our dudes will be there momentarily. Let's actually rotate you the correct direction. Let's put you right there. Just buy a bit of time. They shouldn't come for us just yet. Okay, we're engaging them. Go for it, guys. See if you can defend. We might lose some buildings here. Oh, hang on. We can't even stop them. Don't lose that gemstone warehouse. I would prefer not to. If we go into mop-up formation, they should just start killing everything. We've basically beaten them. Pretty good battle though, pretty good battle all things considered. And there we go, you'll also notice I have imported some beer. So pottery, beer, all the entertainment they need. These guys are turning up into modest apartments. So we'll need a courthouse to go further, but I don't think that I'm actually going to need to provide that. Actually, you know what? I may as well. While I'm here, I can just stick it right here in the corner. Throw a courthouse down. And there we go. That should cover the whole area. Maybe. And there we go. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Leveling up to pretty much the highest amount that I'm going to care about for this area. All I need now is a little bit of extra population to move in, and we've won the mission. And here we are, 2,000 residents. Our city is growing in importance. The only thing holding us back from victory is a tiny little bit of kingdom rating. So I did send a gift just before, but I'll send a second gift. It's in May, probably doesn't have a huge effect, but it should be sufficient enough to push us over. There you go, 70. We've got the threshold, and we've won. Brilliant.
Pharaoh applauds you. Through your skilled management, you have successfully defended your city from Bedouin attack and provided Egypt with the means of defending itself.
And there we go, that was a fun little mission. I did quite enjoy some of the military missions. They get a little bit boring after a while because it's sort of an artificial pressure put on you, and the actual battles themselves take very little effort. But I do enjoy some of these missions occasionally just to spice things up a little bit. But we're going to be heading in next episode. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button if you do indeed enjoy Pharaoh content. And if not, just click that thumbs down button, but let me know in a comment why you don't like it and how you think I can improve. But anyway, I've been Blxz, this has been Pharaoh. Take care, and I'll see you next time.